Nom Nom delivers fresh food with whole ingredients backed by veterinarian science. Science tells us that a dog's health starts in the bowl, so improving their diet is one of the best ways to help them live a long and happy life. Nom Nom's food is full of proteins your dog loves and the vitamins and nutrients they need to thrive. All you have to do is order, pour, and serve. Ready to make the switch to fresh? Order Nom Nom today. Go to https://trynom.com/curveball and get 50% off your first order plus free shipping. That's https://trynom.com/curveball. Plus, Nom Nom comes with a money-back guarantee. If your dog's tail isn't wagging within 30 days, Nom Nom will refund your first order. No fillers, no nonsense, just Nom Nom. Welcome to the Living the Dream podcast with Curveball. If you believe, you can achieve. Welcome to the Living the Dream with Curveball podcast, a show where I interview guests that teach, motivate, and inspire. Today, I am joined by country music duo, the long and short of it, Dave and Patsy. The long and short of it is straight from Australia. They blend the traditional with the modern country music and make it into their own unique musical concoctions. They've won lots of awards, but their live performances are the bomb, and it's what people really like about the band. So we're going to be talking to them about their story. And they say winter's just starting, so it's kind of cold in Melbourne, Australia. But Dave and Patsy, thank you so much for joining me today.
Absolute pleasure, Curtis.
Thank you, Curtis, for your time.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Why don't you guys start off by telling everybody a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, we started singing together a few years ago now, probably
back in 2007.
Yeah, long time ago. And we first met. So I've as a child, I played piano and learnt piano, and Dave learnt guitar.
From about the age of 8, I was learning guitar, but we didn't sort of meet up until a bit later in life.
Yeah, that's right. And then Dave was starting to get out to share his craft with the world, and he came down to a local venue in the area that we live just to get up and do some songs between an Irish band's break. And on that day, I was also at that same venue, and I was doing a sausage sizzle out the front because we were raising money for charity. And Dave started singing. I could hear the Irish band, then they stopped, and then Dave started to sing. And I was absolutely mesmerised by his wonderful voice. And I was sort of walked into the venue, and I think I still had a sausage on the end of the skewer. And I walked into the venue, and I'm looking at this little guy sitting on a chair, singing, playing his guitar and singing. And he had his eyes closed because he was so nervous. And that's when when you finished, Dave, I came over.
Yes, Patsy approached me after I'd finished my, I think, 3 songs I sang in the break, and asked me to do a duet with her, and I really didn't know what to say because I was still very nervous performing in public, and I think it was probably my second public performance, and so I didn't really know what to say straight away, but I eventually said, yes, let's do it. We got nothing to lose. Let's try this out. And so we haven't looked back since.
We haven't. And
no.
So yeah, we've got we sing. I sing harmony mostly to Dave. Dave's the lead singer in our duo, and we've got a band. And it was a couple of years after that meeting that we started doing a lot more performances in public and started writing songs and music together. There you go, Curtis.
So tell us
It's a bit
about,
of a long.
oh no, that's great. Tell us about your unique style of music that your band does.
Well, we're writing a lot of our own material these days. We've got 2 self-penned albums that were recorded in Nashville. But prior to that, we were doing a lot of cover songs and interpreting those cover songs in our own unique way, without trying to kind of destroy the identity of the song. Just taking it somewhere different, somewhere that we felt that we could take it and make it still sound like the original song, but just do it in our own unique way. And we sort of do everything in harmony, whereas there's a lot of harmony in our songs, and we put harmony to songs that didn't even have harmony originally. So that's kind of, we'd like to take our music to in a slightly different direction, but hopefully people still love what we do with it.
Yeah, and I guess our style, we love Americana style of music, and I guess we're very influenced by the American country musicians and their songwriting, and we just love it. So I guess you'd say that we're a bit eclectic, but yeah, we sort of cross over traditional to sort of Americana style to contemporary country. And I guess the thing, Curtis, is that the reason why we love this genre, music style, is because we love telling stories through our music, and we write stories. And we love the fact that in country music, you can hear all of the lyrics and you can participate in the story.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about what makes your live performance, because I know you guys are well known for your live performances. So tell us about what makes your live performance so great.
That's a bit of a hard one.
It is a bit of a hard one
to answer, but
yeah.
I think it's kind of the energy I think that you convey to an audience that is very special. And we spend a lot of time rehearsing and refining our material and making sure that our live shows are musically very, very tight. All of our phrasing with the harmonies and everything is very, very tight, which makes a difference. I think that makes, people actually hear the difference between, they know something that's quality when they hear it, and we try and give people the best that we possibly can. And, feeding off the energy of a live audience is what makes us feel good.
Yeah.
And it's like, I suppose it's like a bit of a drug. I suppose you get addicted to it and you love it and you just want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And, I think it's live performance is a way that you can convey a part of, your soul, I suppose, to people that they couldn't get any other way. So that's, for me, that's, what makes live performance very special.
Yeah, and we feed off the energy of the audience, and I guess we put a lot of energy back into our craft and our music so that the audience appreciates us. And, just when you look at people in the audience and you see their faces and the way they move and just
making people feel happy is,
it's amazing. It's like somebody said it to me the other day, it's like a dopamine hit. You're so in the moment, and we just love it, absolutely love it.
Well, tell us about some of your musical influences and what influences you to do what you do, or who influences you to do what you do.
Well, for me, personally, I grew up with a pretty broad, genre of music that I was listening to. Everything from country music to heavy rock to folk music. My influences, some of my favorite influences were bands like Creedence, Clearwater revival. The Eagles, I'm a huge fan of the Eagles. James Taylor, huge fan. I think one of my favourite songs in the whole world is Fire and Rain. It's such a beautiful song. So those kind of influences, and really, really probably still influence the way that I write today. Zach Brown Band as well. Love their sound, love their style of songwriting. But that's for me. But yeah, I don't know about.
Well, I think I'm much the same. Curtis. I again a very big cross section of music as I was growing up. But one of my absolute favourites, and my father absolute favourites, and it's nothing to do with country music in a sense, was Ella Fitzgerald. And what a voice and what a style, and again, stories that you could really participate with in the way that she presented her music. So, I agree with Dave. There's some fabulous influences that we have still to this day from some of the American country music songwriters, like, Jason Isbell's one that we have a lot of time for as well, and just love the way that he creates music and lyrics, very clever lyrics. And I think that's what we really truly appreciate in some of the songs that we hear. And those songs influence the way that we write our material too.
Okay, well, you guys have also won a slew of awards, as you say. So tell us about some of the awards you've won and how it felt to get those awards, and congratulations on them.
Thanks, Curtis. That's, we didn't expect any of this, of course, and when we started songwriting, we submitted some of our songs to various, awards, competitions, I guess you'd say. And the first one that we won, which was pretty awesome, was I think it was the Scala Fume Award, which is it's the Society of Composers and Lyricists, and they one of our songs called "You Made Me Stronger." They said it was a brilliant masterpiece, which was really absolutely thrilling for us, and we took out the competition. But most of the awards that we've won are for duo, for best duo, or just the work that we do as a band. And it's been fairly consistent for us, which has been really amazing. We've received, Tamworth is one of the biggest festivals in Australia for country music, and we've received Tamworth Songwriter Awards. We've received Golden Globe Awards at that festival.
We received in 2016, we received a Southern Stars Award for Best Independent Duo of the Year, which was quite a big accolade, and it's one in Australia. It was one that I was very excited about winning, and when our name was called out and we had to go up to accept our award, it was all surreal. I couldn't believe it, and it's just it's amazing that we've gained so much support and a big fan base that it's a validation that you're doing something that's people love, and that for me, it just drives you to keep doing better and better, raising the bar all the time. So it's nothing like winning an award. You obviously don't expect them,
no,
but when you get them, it's just such a thrill.
It is, absolutely, Curtis. And when we released our latest album, which was released in August last year, it's called Midnight Choir. We went to number one in the ARIA charts, which are the most important charts for charting songs in Australia, the ARIA charts, and we got a number one for the country music chart in Australia. We got a number 3 for all the country music charts all over the world, if you like, and that was just, and number 6 in all genres. So we had all sorts of artists around us in number 6 in Australia, and to have that happen was just so special because, as you know, Curtis, we work as independents, we work really, really hard to make sure that anything that we produce in the studio is of top quality. And we really put so much effort into making sure that our music is at a level that the world is going to listen to and think, that's good quality music. It's just thrilling to have the accolades and to have the awards and to actually achieve a number 1 on the ARIA charts was just, it's fantastic. And look, it's the beginning. It's kind of like every time we get something that just inspires you so much, you just want to do better and better and better, as Dave said. And the bar just keeps raising and we just keep climbing, and hopefully we'll continue to do that for a long time, Curtis.
We've been working with a great producer in Nashville for the last 6 years.
Probably 6 years.
6 years, 7 years. And he's also a world-class vocal coach. So, whilst we had a good sound from the moment we teamed up, he's also been able to bring out, make us better singers, and really get the best out of us with the, especially the last 2 albums.
Yeah.
He really has a lot of runs on the ball. We're very privileged to be working with him. And, I think, over the last 6 years that we've been working with him, we're definitely, far superior singers now than when we first met him.
Yeah, I agree. I have to agree. It was fascinating because Curtis, Kenny, who is the person we're talking about, he vocal coached Luke Combs for 2 years before, and also produced 8 of the songs that was on his very first album that Sony took over, and none of it was changed. And that went triple platinum throughout the world. And so when that happened, we thought, oh no, well, we were very happy for Kenny, and of course Luke. But we thought we will never be able to afford Kenny again because he's just sort of gone up to the A team, and but he's such a lovely man, and he's a friend, and so he's still working with us to this day, which is just so fantastic for us to have that influence.
Well, tell us about any upcoming projects that you guys are working on that the listeners need to know about.
Yeah. We're in the studio at the moment, actually.
We've been recording an EP, and it's going to be a mixture of some original self-penned material and also some cover songs that we really, really love. So one of them is the Avicii song "Wake Me Up." So we've just recorded a version of that,
a bit more bluegrass, Curtis,
sort of bluegrass feel to it, but doing it in our own unique way. And we're very excited to be releasing that pretty soon.
Yeah, on the 7th of July. Yeah, and so that we're releasing some singles from the work that we're doing in the studio at the moment, and then I think toward the end of August or early September we'll be releasing that EP, which is, and it's another level, and it's different in terms of the way that, the music's been sort of, the work that we've done on it. So we're really, really excited about that. We've got quite a few things happening in Australia, in terms of shows. We're obviously we're doing a number of festivals this side of Christmas, and we're also doing some country cruising, which is where a very large ship, with all of the country musicians from Australia, well, not all of them, but quite a few go on board, and we just sing the whole time.
It's 7-day cruise, and we're performing every day, and so yeah, it's catered for all the country music lovers out there. It's just 24/7 country music for 7 days. So it'll be the first time that we're actually going on the ship, so we're very excited about that.
Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah.
So throw out your contact info and let listeners know where you can find your music. Give us contact info so we can keep up with everything that you're up to.
Thank you so much, Curtis. So our website is one of the ways to keep in contact with us, because we, people can subscribe to our website, and we can send out material to them, and keep them informed about our music. And our website is obviously, the www. The long and short of it.com.au, the AU being the Australian, thing for the URL. And we're on all major digital platforms. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Music. There's heaps that we're on. And when we release music, Curtis, we go through Caden, and he, of course, will keep you informed of what's coming through as well. So, but for listeners, they can get us on mostly anything. And we've got a YouTube page too, which is just long.short.duo, and a lot of our songs we've enlivened in music videos, and it would be wonderful if people could go and see some of the music videos that relate to the songs that we've recorded, because it's sort of a different experience to see us that way, I think. And we'd look forward to, catching up with anybody and everybody. And thank you very much for asking, Curtis.
Close us out with some final thoughts. Maybe if there was something that I forgot to touch on and you would like to talk about it, just any final thoughts you have for the listeners.
Well, I guess just the final thoughts is to really thank you for enabling us to do this, because we're way in Australia over here, and we really do want to connect with our American colleagues and fans.
We really feel that that's the American sort of, because there's so much of an Americana influence in our music. It's great to be able to reach people in America, and it's starting to happen, which is really, really great. But having people like yourself supporting us in our music is absolutely fantastic. And I can't wait to see what support we get from the States, and hopefully, we might gain enough traction to actually come over and do a tour.
Yeah, which we'd love. We would just love that, Curtis. We would just really love to come over and meet people and do a little tour of the States. It would just be awesome.
It definitely would be awesome, and we would love to have you, ladies and gentlemen. Show your support. Check out the long and short of it, Dave and Patsy. Check out their music. All you country music lovers out there, follow, rate, review, share this episode to as many people as possible. If you have any guests or suggestion topics, cjackson102@cox.net is the place to send them. As always, thank you for listening. And Dave and Patsy, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you,
Curtis.
It's been a real pleasure.
Absolute pleasure. And thank you so much again. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
For more information on the Living the Dream podcast, visit www.djcurveball.com. Until next time, stay focused on living the dream.